Hello and welcome back to my channel where we're going to discuss how we level up, how we change, and how we build those new pillars of our new life. So as you guys, if you've been watching, you know that I've been on a complete life reconstruction journey, and just recording here a couple of my takeaways. Yesterday I had a really great phone call with what I would consider to be like my spiritual big sister. We do ceremony together. I've done one-on-one ceremonies. I've done group ceremony. Sometimes she reads for me intuitive messages from our angel spirit guides. If you know, you know. But one of the things, like yesterday, I really noticed that my energy was super resistant. I was like, I can't bless her with a gift. It's not a good time for me. It's too early. I didn't sleep well. Like, I just had so much resistance to talking to her, and I hadn't really told her what was going on, only that there was a lot of change, which was like not new for me because I really had started this process of a lot of big changes in my life last year. And I would say that was around the time that she kind of came in. I found her content. I met her in Denver. So and actually I met her the year before that. So if you really think about it, it's been like a 2-year cycle. But anyway, I just found myself being like super resistant. Like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to burden people with my problems. This is my thing. I don't really need to disclose. Last year was probably. Sorry. And also, that's a video for later. Also, I also felt like I'm 30 something. I shouldn't be in this position. This is high school stuff. This is kid stuff. It just felt embarrassing to have to be in the position where I'm separating from my spouse, where I lost my home. I'm looking for a new job, and I feel like I've never had a job before, where it's like just felt like in this weird transition space, and I found myself feeling a lot of shame around needing the support, because I do consider myself to be pretty spiritually intuitive. I can figure out a lot of things on my own, and that is very much a part of me, my chart. I am very independent. I support myself. And I think I also feel a lot of shame, just about like how much I came to be dependent on my spouse. Not that there's anything wrong with that inherently, but I think for me, I felt a lot of shame that I wasn't more vigilant about finances. I wasn't more vigilant about what was going on right under my nose, and the betrayal and everything that was happening. I felt embarrassed. I felt shame. I felt like I should have known better. I should have did better. I know better. I've read the books. I've been to therapy. I've had counselors. I've had mentors. I've had support. I'm not new to this. Like, I should have done better for myself. But so I was up late, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I sent her like a pre-scheduled text message, like, "Hey sis, let's push this to another day." I woke up in the morning at 8:30 on the dot a.m. Mountain Time when she was supposed to call me, and I'm like, shoot, why did I naturally wake up? So then I looked at my phone to see if she responded back to my pre-scheduled message. She did not. There was an error. It didn't go through. I'm like, oh. So then she texts me and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna call you in a minute. I'm gonna video call you. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, you know what? I think I just need to surrender and just be honest with where I am, what my concerns are. So I did do that. We did end up on the phone call. We had an amazing conversation. She was supportive and loving as always, but she was very much the big sister energy that I needed, where she's like, listen, this cycle keeps happening to you in relationship. And I was honest, like, hey, this is not the first time I've dealt with an addictive partner. It's not the first time I've dealt with betrayal. It's not the first time where I'm in like a crisis where I put all my eggs in this basket and I invested my heart, time, mental energy, and financial into someone, and then they turned out to not be who I thought they were. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm completely broke. Credit cards maxed out, no savings. And she's like, listen, I'm going to be a little hard on you and we're going to address this pattern. So we did. We talked about it. you know, she shared some of her own experience, which I always find super helpful, where it's like, hey, you're not the only one, which is the reason I started this channel, because you're not the only one going through it. You're not the only one who's been foolish. I wouldn't call you a fool, I call myself a fool, not you, me. Um, where you've made decisions against your own best interest, where that little voice in your head said, hey, maybe we shouldn't be going all in. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Don't you think we're doing too much now, where we're overstepping our own boundaries? And we'll talk more about boundaries in another video. And yeah, I found myself like, okay, I can definitely think back over the last 5 years where there was little alarms, little red flags going up. And it's like, hey, you tripped our alarm system. What are we doing here? And I just completely overrid it. I bypassed it, because even though we all have God, our spirit guides, whatever you call it, we also have free will and we can do what we want. So we absolutely can bypass those things. But is it always in our best interest? Absolutely not. And that's where our spiritual community comes in. That's where our chosen brothers and sisters come in, or even actually your blood brothers and sisters. Just getting the support from another person. And we kind of have to stop and look at, like, there's a difference between intuition and there's a difference between your ego coming in. And I definitely think that for me, when I notice that I feel shame around whatever I don't want to talk about, that's my ego trying to protect us. And I definitely, that's the time when you need to kill that ego and say, okay, we need to talk to someone. We need to be honest. You don't have to tell the whole world. You don't have to get on the phone and tell everybody all your business. But if you have a trusted person, if you have a therapist, if you have a sister or brother at your church or organization or spiritual community, you need to find someone that you trust, because they can see your back. They can see your blind spot. They can point out what's in your shadow that maybe you know it's there. Like, I definitely know codependencies in mine, but sometimes hearing it from another person and another perspective really helps. Well, I hope that helps, and tune in for my next one.